Hi friends, it's Deanna here today, and today we're sewing up reversible swimsuit bottoms. I'm super excited about this because I have this perfect fabric that I am in love with, but I love the idea of these bottoms being reversible. So let's go ahead and do it together. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna grab our bottoms and we're going to match up the right sides together. We're gonna match them at that crotch seam, and we're gonna do this for both layers, the outer and the liner. But really they're both outers because they're gonna be reversible. We're gonna do it for one, and then we're gonna do it for the other one, and it's right sides together. And what I'm going to do though is one, I'm going to sew all the way, and the other one I am going to leave let me see the right side. I'm going to leave an inch gap. So I'm gonna sew, stop, leave an inch gap, and sew. Because for us to be able to make these reversible, we're going to need that little gap for us to turn it around. So I'm just gonna put another pin. Actually, I'm gonna use an actual pen. Where did I put my pins? I've had my pins. They were right here not that long ago, and I can't find them now. Anyway, maybe I'm not gonna, oh yes, I am. And we're gonna use an actual pen and we're going to mark it. So I'm gonna go ahead and sew. Now we're gonna go ahead and open that up, that bathing suit, and we're gonna match them right sides together, the front and the back. And we're going to baste those outer seams. So I'm gonna go ahead and pin those outer seams. The leg is like the leg and crotch area right here. We're gonna go ahead and baste those together. All right, so now once those sides are basted, we're gonna go ahead and quarter them. We're gonna go fold them and match up the raw edges and find our half. And I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna mark by notching. Just cut a little clip, but you can just mark it however you feel comfortable with. And then I'm gonna come in to that side, and this will be my 1/4. And then I'm gonna bring in the other side, and that will be my 2/4. And I'm gonna do the same for the other side. Now I'm gonna grab my elastic, my swim elastic, and I'm going to also quarter it, but this time I'm just going to put pins because I don't wanna clip my elastic. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and match up those quarter points with my swimsuit bottoms. Now we're gonna go ahead and sew that elastic on with our preferred stretch stitch, and we're gonna be sewing both of the fabrics on as well, stretching between pins as we go, just lightly so that it's all even. Oh, I'm so excited. Look, our elastic is on. We're going to flip our bottoms right side out. All right, so now once they're flipped right side out, we're going to flip them right on top of each other like so. Right sides together. So the white, well, your outer, whatever color that is, my white and black are together, or your black and black are together, whatever your side is. And then we're going to match up those sides. So I'm going to open up, I grabbed my right sides together right here, so my fabric aligns, and then my right sides together right here, so my other fabric aligns as well. So they're aligned at the sides. We're gonna go ahead and pin and sew. I'm gonna show you again on this other side, more close up. Here's my bathing suit, and it's just folded right on top of each other. Okay, so my one side is touching the right side of the same color side, right? Here's my crotch area. This is my leg area. This is my hip area. So now I'm going to match up the one side together and fold this one down to open it up, fold this one down to open it up, and match up those two sides. So here's my two sides. They're right sides touching, but it's each one touching the same color. And we're gonna pin and we're going to sew. All right, almost done with our swim bottoms. I'm super excited. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and fold them out. So now here they are. Here's my hip, my waist area. They're almost done. Now we just need to work on our waist area. So we're gonna turn it and find where you left that gap at the bottom at the crotch area. Here's my gap. And we're going to turn our swimsuit around through that hole. All right, and now we've got the back and the front, and they're separate. So now it's like the two waistbands are separate. The two different colors are separate. And we're going to do, this is kind of tricky. I'm gonna go ahead and bring you closer. We're gonna grab, so it's inside out, and this is inside out as well. And we're gonna grab this side right here, the right side. These two are touching, wrong sides are touching that middle piece. And so that outer right side and the outer right side are gonna be touching together. I know it seems kind of weird, but as we go over there to sew it, and we're just kind of be turning the fabric around to go all the way around and get sewn together. So we're gonna go ahead and get started sewing. I'll start and go all the way around, and I'll show you on my machine how I'm turning it. And I'm going to use a serger, but we could do this with any kind of whatever stretch stitch you prefer. So let's go ahead and sew that. All right, I'm gonna start at this first pin and match up those, keep those together, and then when I get right here, kind of sort of to the edge where that seam is, it's kind of like there is a hole right here where my bathing suit is coming out of. So you're kind of just pulling that waist to come around out of there. And you're going to keep going. Keep sewing it together. Now, you're not pulling on it because they both should be the same size. Because you cut them out of the same pattern piece. And you just keep pulling out of that hole to keep turning it. And you keep going. All the way around. Before you know it, you're right back to that point where you started. You see? Right here is the last little bit. Let's pull it out. And sew it all the way to that back piece where we started. See, now you've got like these little pocket thing. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, did I do this right? That does not look right. Yeah, you did do it right. You have this gap right here. And so this is, I'm going just right back where I started from. So I just kind of flipped it. As you can see, like I could fit my hands in here. The bathing suit is in there. We're all right side out. The whole circle here is my waistband. It's going through that hole, coming out the other. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab our elastic and we're going to pin it to that seam, the beginning seam. And then now we're going to go all the way around and fit our elastic through the other side. It's going to come right back around and we're going to overlap it right here and pin it. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do exactly, essentially the same exact thing we just did, but with the elastic in there And what you're gonna do is you're gonna kind of sort of stretch a little bit the elastic as you're getting it in there. So if you wanna go ahead and pin it first all the way, and then you're going around, you're just kind of pulling it. I'll show you as I sew it. And then I'm just gonna pin it again here at the side seams so that it sits nicely right there. And the other side seam, all I'm doing is kind of stretching it so it's even on both sides. And then that way I can go all the way around and not have to worry about it. Isn't this so cool? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started, and we're going to be sewing all the way around. Okay, we're gonna start. Get that caught in the needle. Make sure you're not catching the overlap. You're just going around where that you created that seam already. And you're just gonna be pulling it out as you go, like that cylinder, just kind of turning it, twisting it. We're back to that side seam pin right here. And we're almost all the way back to the front. So here we can go ahead and pin it again because I moved that pin. And then finish it up strong. All right, was that super scary? That was super scary because it's like, is it working? Is it really what I need to be doing? Yeah, you did it. So now we're gonna go ahead and find that 2-inch gap, 1-inch gap that we left open, where we are going to pull our bottoms right side out again, nicely. And we're gonna make sure that we've got them all nice and pulled out. And we are finished. All we gotta do now is go back over here where that 2-inch gap is. We're going to fold that allowance in, and then we can just go ahead and top stitch with a ladder stitch, just a hand stitch it on. Or if you don't really want to do hand stitching and you just want to go with your sewing machine and just like sew a straight stitch, a small stitch right there, you can. But really just a little tack with your hand stitching right there would be great. And we have our reversible swim bottoms. This is the high waisted version. Super cute. I'm excited to try these on. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Go make yourself a ton of these. These are amazing, super cute. You can reverse them, wear them however you like if you want different patterns. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please let me know if you have any questions about anything that I did. Please comment, like, share, subscribe. Come find us on Instagram or Facebook so you can see what everybody else is making and you can show off what you're making because we'd love to see it. Comment, like, share, subscribe if you haven't so you never miss out on any of our videos. I hope you have a great rest of your day and I'll see you all next time.